Hey guys, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. But before we get into it though, I'd like to remind you guys to be safe from wherever you're watching and to enjoy the video and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe and share the video. And that being said, let's get into it. When we last left off, Hisao had been introduced to the class representative. They did a class assignment and they gave him the 5-cent tour of the school. He met the nurse and he met Kenji, or as I'm sure people call him, Japanese Harry Potter. So, and we ended things off when Hisao was just about to take his morning medication. So, let's get into it. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. I feel like the school uniform. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I'm used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday. Misha's constant laughter and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, that does pass for normal around here. What does pass for... Whoa. Yeah, what passes for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. Although the question remains on my mind. So I decide to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Sorry, Shi-chan, is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, He-chan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is more worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also a lot of school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. Well, I don't know, He-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. She adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Huh? Oh, who cares? Misha puffs out her chest and she shouts Shizune's words at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now, it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. Hahaha. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right, He-chan. Are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance and exchange between them. Misha's tone also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long, dark hair get up from the desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who is also looking at the dark-haired girl, and go, "Why doesn't he say anything? He-chan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me looking after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, if you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay! Wahaha, okay, He-chan, perfect. The rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. Yes, it is, He-chan. Impossible. Really? Really. I noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha always is moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what everyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really... Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No. She's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing, and it will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if I'm surprised that I'm challenging her. I think this is a contest to her. I've never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, He-chan? Very sure. Haha, you're wrong, He-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Wahahaha. Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings. She quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I had almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to go eat? The cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Hee-chan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right, Shi-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha strains her posture as if she was about to deliver a speech. Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There's a book club, right? Shi-chan? Right, but it seems like they have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hee-chan, it's a really popular club. Okay, but to the point, Hee-chan, does it mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good, great, that's great, Hee-chan, you really great. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hee-chan, other than the clubs and the upcoming festival, is there one other thing? Student council. I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says. Hahaha. Right. Hee-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely, you should join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hee-chan. Shi-chan and I both are in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is the president. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Haha, of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we could obviously benefit from you joining the student council, and therefore have an incentive to try to get you to, so you're admitting that. Haha, no, we admit to nothing. I mean, Hee-chan, of course, it would be nice if you joined, and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yup, it's true. Hee-chan, besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hee-chan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or is it really just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they already are pretty cute to begin with. Well, so it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hee-chan. What? No. Aw, see, Shi-chan, of course it wouldn't go that easily. Yep, that's right. I thought, though, it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shi-chan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Wahaha, that's interesting, Hee-chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about it, rich man, poor man? Hee-chan, if you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Aw, why not? Well, because you two already have the same incentive and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yup, and that isn't my goal, but what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I'll have to decline. Hee-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying that you don't trust us, that we would try to pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No. How about a game of paper football instead of Rich Man, Poor Man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it at past goalposts like the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it isn't it cool? The ultimate form of competition between two people, He-chan. And it's also played by elementary school and middle school children, She-chan. Wow, that means that the game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not gonna play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means that you're probably surprisingly good at it. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, He-chan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit to that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy about their attempts to get me to join and get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, He-chan, how about Risk? The game of world domination. I don't know what that is. It's really fun, He-chan. You fight for control over the world, with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Oh, really, She-chan? We can play just for fun? She-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay. Perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, He-chan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends, and we head back to class. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I'd been considering it nevertheless. I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made me break in for it in the past, but they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. What's wrong, He-chan? That's right, we're just gonna play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know. Misha, this all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. That sounds hot. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seemed like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys see being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, He-chan. She-chan says when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off some superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression is unchanging. Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hand behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door and the student council room. To the student council room. It's very plain. Sparsely decorated room. Although it is quite large. Maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a little table in the center of the surrounded by chairs and a smaller desk prominently placed in the black that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked on to one side, as well as extras perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer, just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could have at least put a potted plant in here or something, but most noticeable thing that's in this room doesn't have it is other people. Are we early? No. What do you mean no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. He-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Haha, okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long to her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts out and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway through the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. He-chan, She-chan wants to know that if you're taking too long to make a move. Ji-chan also says that she'll let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this game was with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. Shi-chan admires your fighting spirit and would become a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples as though trying to imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the piece of her heated signing. Oh, wait, please, slow down, Shi-chan. He-chan. Shi-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Ah, okay. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. Okay, with this, it doesn't matter what you pick, because you'll lose anyways. But if you pick this option, it'll steer you towards Shizune's path. but there is still things that you could do that could change the outcome. Like, but because we're doing Lily this route, we have to play defensively here. It's likely that she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, but like I said, it doesn't matter. I'll uh, you'll see where and when it starts to matter. Looking at the board again, I have plenty of good defense set up, and I'm not gonna wreck it by doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game anyways. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to attentively pump a fist in the air for celebration. Wahaha, He-chan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean, She-chan, not me. Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5 army bonus, but you can't attack it from 3 fronts. You must defend them all. I thought you'd have more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, He-chan. You play needs to be more daring. Ambition. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched into playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, He-chan. You didn't take enough risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, He-chan. Damn. What's it to her if I played too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. I wonder if you even played any, if you'd be even be any good for the student council. What is this, reverse psychology? I guess I don't have to worry about joining, or not in that case. Giving up just like that? I expected more from you. Seriously, Shizune is trying to taunt me to join. Is Shizune trying to taunt me to join the student council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my 2nd day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken any look at other clubs yet, and these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at the other clubs before I decide. Really, He-chan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better. Yeah, I'm just not sure I want to. Aww. Okay, He-chan, but we're not gonna give up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance you'll come around. Come on. We could really have fun. We could play more Risk. Oh. We could play. Oh shit. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk, and maybe even one day you could beat me, unless we graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. Waha, surely you're not that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play a game you know then, to give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Aw, that's cold, He-chan. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I spent far and longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head, and gestures to Misha. How hard could it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. And with that being said, it's all the time that we have for now. But before I end things off, though, I'd like to remind you guys to follow my socials. You can find them in the description below. You can find them in the description below. And join us. And we have a Discord, so you can join that for free, where you'll get notified about when I go live, because notifications will sometimes fail. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.